Hey guys, what is going on? It's Jake, aka ParkyOne here, and welcome to another episode of my Fleetwood Town career mode. Now, we got another 6-game episode here, but excuse me if I actually sound a little happier than normal. I've just managed to get 2 tickets to Fleetwood versus Blackpool, and the local derby. Oh man, that would be so good. It's the Fylde Coast derby, I'm so pleased I actually got them, because considering that they were supposed to run out of tickets pretty much like a month ago, and I actually managed to get some. So yes, that is so good. But I actually have quite a few packed weekends coming up. So whilst the gameplay is going on in the background, I'm just going to talk to you about that at the moment. So this weekend I may be a bit slack on the uploads, because I am actually working away from home. I'm actually working at a football club from Friday till Monday, so I'm not sure what the upload schedule is going to be like on those days. But I'm going to try and keep it as normal as possible. I'm going to try and pre-record a few videos for then. But yeah, I'm just pre-warning you for that. Then I've got the 23rd of April that weekend. I have the Fleetwood Town Blackpool derby, so pretty much I'll be drinking that weekend. I am not going to be missing that for the world. I don't care what happens, but I am definitely going to that game. And then I think it's the weekend after that I actually go to Man United Leicester. So that oh man, that'll be great, considering it's the day before Bank Holiday Monday. So that'll be absolutely brilliant. So I mean, I've got like a month of football coming up, and it'll be amazing. To be honest, well, that's all I wanted to say. I'm heavily involved in the football world in the next month, and I've got 4 games that I'm going to in the next month, and hopefully I might be going to a few more. But I've got 4 confirmed games that I'm going to, so that is really, really good. But anyway, I'll go back to talking about the gameplay now. We are in the second half of our first game here. We're 2-1 up against Scunthorpe, and it started out as a banger. Like, Shola Amiobi even scored, so I don't even know how or what happened in this gameplay, but it's like Shola Amiobi actually managed to score, and that's a miracle in itself. But Sonogo was really unlucky there. There was a really big deflection there, but that was literally the last chance of the game. And the first game of this episode, we win 2-1 against Scunthorpe, and we're going straight into the second one. And the second game is away to BURTON ALBION, who are currently 10th in the league. So they're not doing the best, but I know that BURTON are actually a really good side. And Akins, Bevan and Duffy are the ones to definitely look out for, i.e. the wings and the one striker. But you can see it, I'm playing Ruddigan Pansu and Norton. Like, I'm really liking Ruddigan Pansu at the moment. Like, he adds an energy to the side that no one else really does, and then it's just everything's just fluent. But here's Vaca cutting inside, and first chance of the game, less than 4 minutes into the match, and Vaca gets it into the back of the net. And Vaca, yet again, he's another player that I'm really enjoying at the moment. He's not in the starting lineup, because I always start with David Ball and Devante Cole, but it's like Vamara Sonogo and Leonardo Vaca are really stepping up. But as you can see there, we're just caught offside, just slightly caught offside with Devante Cole. Otherwise, we would have been up 2-0 before the before the 30th minute. But as you can see here, it's tight, really tight, but it's the right decision in the end. And I was so gutted, but I guess if it's the right decision, it's the right decision. But BURTON have a shot. First shot of the game with Duffy, but it floated way over the bar. It's actually ridiculous. And the second shot, I don't even know what that was. He just headed it into the keeper's hands. But Vaca here with that is the definition of a P-roller. But that 4th minute goal was literally it in the half. Like, it was 4-0. 4-0. 4th minute 1-0 goal. And we actually managed to hit the post there, and Jimmy Ryan almost got the follow-up, but luckily the keeper, well, lucky for them, the keeper had the near post covered, and it was all fine. But Devante Cole here, it was a bit ambitious, that shot, I know, but it's like, I thought I'd try it anyway. And actually, I've got another thing I want to say. We've just recently, like, we went to CEX and I paid like 80p for an old FIFA game. It's like FIFA 06 Road to the World Cup, and it's fun. It's really fun, but it's really aggravating because it's really tough to score in. But it's like, I've realised like how cheap all the old FIFA games are. Like, obviously, like all the old main FIFAs you can get for like £1 now. But like this one, it was literally like the first one that they made for the Xbox 360, and we just bought it, and it's not even got a World Cup mode on it. It's literally just the qualifiers, and they try and pad it out with like all these little tournaments. But yeah, it's a fun game. Don't get me wrong, but it's a World Cup game that doesn't actually have the World Cup in. So yes, FIFA really actually just outshone themselves right there. But it's glitchy as hell as well, considering that they tried a new graphics engine. It looks like they've got all the shadows in it. They've got like graphics that were ahead of its time, and then it just didn't work because the game's engine just like was glitchy as hell. But we actually drew that game in the end. Within the last 10 minutes we conceded 2 goals, which meant that we ended up drawing 2-2 with Burton. But now we're against Wigan. And I'm putting Vimara Sonogo and Ball just in front of Sarcevic. I've got Kiwomya playing, and Kiwomya, he's actually going up a lot. He's got, like, his rating, like, his overall rating, however you want to say it, like, is amazing, and this just proves it. Look at that. Look at that long shot right there. I think his long shots are only, like, 50 or something like that. It's ridiculous, but that was a shot and a half right there. And it all came from Mergius, like, doing a weird step past his man, and then Kiwomya with a second time, like, banger. And what about this for a touch from Grigg? Like, he flicked it over the defender, and Gogic with a brilliant save. But literally just after the corner, like, Vukic actually he shat all over me, honestly. Like, he dribbled through like 4 players and shot it near post. Gogic wasn't getting a hand on it, and it was 1-1. Like, the next thing I know, it's 1-1. Like, he got past Sonogo, then he got past McLaughlin, then Nilsson, and then everyone just ran round him. But you know when people say go after them whilst they're still celebrating, that is exactly what I did. And with the first attack from when they scored, I passed it in from Kiwomya to Sarcevic, and Sarcevic beats the keeper. Like, it's a pretty simple move, to be fair. It was literally past to Kiwomya. Sarcevic ran through the middle. Sarcevic bangs it, and it went into the top corner. So yes, we were back ahead. But that wasn't the end of the story, as Gogic, for some reason, that reminded me of Miret, where like Miret couldn't catch a ball at the start of the season, and that really reminded me of it, because he just palmed it straight into the ground for some reason. But literally, with Grigg here, and I don't know what Nilsson was doing. Nilsson he was in the way, he would have blocked the shot, but then he just ran away. Like, I don't know whether I was controlling him or not, but literally, you'll see it here. So, Vukic passes the ball in, Grigg's there, and Nilsson just kind of runs out of the way, if you will. But David Ball here, really unlucky for Wigan, really unlucky. I've got to admit, I felt kind of bad for scoring that goal, but yet again, I really wanted to score the winner. But it's David Ball, he was running in, like, made a nice run around the outside. Nice pass from Mergier as well. He actually went through the legs of the centre-back, and Sarcevic was there just to tap it in, and that's all we needed. But it didn't actually show me the replay of why Kiwomya got a red card, but that's the first red card of the series, and I don't even know what happened. Apparently he got a second yellow. Like, I remember the first yellow, but I don't remember the second one. Because he was literally, the ball had gone, and then all of a sudden he showed Kiwomya a red card, and then that was it. But literally, saying that was it, that's it for the game. And then we actually won 3-2 with Sarcevic with a double and Kiwomya with a single. And we're going into our 4th game of the episode, and we're against CREWE. We're at home, and CREWE are really struggling. Much like in real life, they're in the relegation zone. But I've gone with Wes Burns and Rudigan Panzu here. Honestly, those two, they've really stepped up the game. Like, they've honestly stepped up their game. Because, like, they're actually pushing for starting spots now. And that's ridiculous, considering that Rudigan Panzu is, like, a 58 rated. And yet he's fighting against Mergier, who's a 63 rated. But Ryan's first shot there, it hit the side net, and I didn't actually put enough curl on it. But yet again, Gogic with his, for some reason, terrible handling. And I don't get what the hell happened there, but we were very lucky to get away from it. And, oh, I thought that was in. I thought it was one of those, like, stupid looping finishes where it just ended up in the back of the net. But that was pretty much our only chance in the first half, as Wes Burns hit the ball over the bar, and the keeper didn't really look worried, and that was it for half time. But we started off the second half much like what we should have started off with the first half. So we have Vaca here. He didn't see any options, so he just turned and ran at the defence. He got through, and then he smacked it at the far post, and the keeper just didn't even bother. Like, he just kind of fell over. It wasn't even a proper dive. Like, you can see him here, he's looking for options, turns forwards, takes a couple steps, and the keeper just falls over. Like, it was a really easy finish for Vaca. But Vaca again running in, and another good shot, but this time it's straight at Garrett. But Della Vella here, I don't know how you say his name, but he was really unlucky to shoot off target. But I was kind of expecting it at this point because they looked heavily like demotivated. But Bobby Grant there, he would have scored his first goal in God knows how long. But Devante Cole had to go and nick it off him. But to be fair, I don't think it was actually going over the line. It might have been. Like you can see, it was just bouncing over the line. The defender wouldn't have got there. But Devante Cole really wanted the goal. But here we go. Bobby Grant passing through to Wes Burns, and Bobby Grant was making things happen this game. He was passing it off to everybody, and he even made Wes Burns score, which is actually just a miracle. And yeah, like we actually come away from that game a lot better than I originally thought I would. We come away 3-0 winners with Vaca, Cole, and Burns on the score sheet, and literally, this is the biggest game of the episode because we're playing Swansea, and Swansea, this is the round of 16 in the FA Cup, and honestly, I didn't really feel out a great team considering that I didn't realise how close it was to that last CREWE fixture, and it was like 2 days, so not many people were actually that fit. So I just fielded what I could, and David Ball started off the game really well as he finessed it past the keeper, and we're on for a double over Swansea this season. Like, we knocked him out of the Capital One Cup, and we're about to knock him out of the FA Cup. And honestly, like, this just shows that I'm actually okay on this difficulty. But Jefferson Montero there, like, I remember he caused us problems in the first time we met at Swansea. But then he just hit the bar, and I was really worried. But we actually managed to go into the half 1-0 up. We're actually keeping our clean sheet. But Kiwamia passed it off to Ball there. And Ball, for some reason, I was expecting a lot more from him there. But he just didn't get it on target. But for Morris Sanogo, really nice dribbles between two players, but shoots it straight at the keeper. But here we go with Keeson Young, and I don't know what that was. I really don't know what it was, but I thought I'd include it anyway. And Gylfi Sigurdsson came off the bench, and he hit it in the side netting after fighting off 2 to 3 defenders. And I couldn't believe he actually got through. But Clayton Lewis, one of our subs, dribbles past 3 players, passed it into David Ball. And he took an unlucky deflection off the defender, but I was going to take whatever I could from this game at this point. And Clayton Lewis, he's another player that he's not the highest of ratings, but like he just does the job. Like you can see him there, he's dribbling past 2 to 3 players, passed it into David Ball, and it was an unlucky deflection, but it made it 2-0. I was going to take it. Ball with a double, 20th and 90th minute, 2-0 over Swansea City, and we're going into the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. But we're going into our final game of the episode now, and we're against Bradford City away from home. And for some reason, the commentators are actually building this up as a really, really big game. But Bradford was 17th at this point in the season, and like I don't really think that's a big game. But as you can see here, the team that we're fielding, like it's pretty much the normal side, apart from we've got Nirenhold, we've got Andrew and Rudiger Panzu in a little triangle on the left-hand side. Because Andrew was actually complaining that he doesn't play enough games. And I started playing him, and I really actually like Andrew. And considering that I don't like Harris, like it's perfect considering that one left back has gone out of favour and another one's come into favour. But we started off like with a ton of pressure on us, like 2 shots in the first 10 minutes. But Vaca as well to fight up his man, but a very poor shot, another P-roller. But yeah, we weren't going ahead off that, and then they managed to injure Devante Cole, and I was really annoyed at that. Like Devante Cole, he's been on such good form, and then all of a sudden he picks up a slight injury. Luckily, he was only out for like 5 days, so like it's not too bad. It's not like Agate Johnson that's been out for 2.5 months already, and I'm still waiting for him to come back. But anyway, we're coming close to the end of the first half, and you can see how many chances are actually in this game. Like the chances are coming and going. Like from both teams, to be fair, we both finished on even amount of shots. But it's like we ended up like going into half time 0-0, and I'm not sure how, considering that there was about 8 to 10 chances in the first half. But we started off, well, they started off the second half the better, as they forced a good save out of Gogic at his near post. And I'm not really sure what that was all about, but it don't matter because Wes Burns took it up to the other end. And obviously that Bobby Grant assist from the last game, like obviously put no, not the last game, the one before, like obviously put a bit of confidence into Wes Burns as he dribbles past his man here, steps inside and takes a shot, powers it right into the bottom corner. And Wes Burns has 2 in 3 games now. And Vaca likes to take, he made it 2-0 pretty much instantly, as he manages to meg his man. Like he shows some great strength, like here, trying to push him off, and then he megs his defender and hits it right into the side netting, and he makes it 2-0 and absolutely brilliant. I'm not sure how that wasn't a pen. All that, to be fair, there was 2 penalty shouts there, but no decision was made, and I really think it should have been a red card on the penalty. But look at this. I make a proper rash decision. I pressed the wrong button. I was going to try and standing tackle, but Jimmy Ryan slides in, wipes out his man, and luckily he only got booked for this. But Clark actually steps up for the penalty, and I wasn't sure where Clark was going, so I dove the wrong way, and he actually misses. He hits the bar, but their sub actually manages to like smash it into the net, and Hansen made it 2-1. And I was worried because I remembered what happened in the Burton game like earlier on, and I didn't want that to happen again. So I was literally on all-out attack. Like I wasn't going to risk anything. And Bobby Grant here, lucky deflection, but Bobby Grant finally got his goal. Like he's finally back, and I'm so happy that he's back. Like Bobby Grant, I've missed saying that name in a good light, and honestly that put the game to bed. 3-1 against Bradford. We've had a really good episode today. Like I think it's 5 wins and 1 draw, and we're flying in the league. But that is it for the final game, 3-1. Bobby Grant's finally back on the score sheet along with Vaca and Burns. But yeah, make sure you tune in next episode, because the first game in the next episode is actually against Chelsea. Actually, no, the second game, because we play Southend first, who are title contenders, and then we play Chelsea in the cup. So make sure to turn up for that. And you know what? Drop a like on this episode if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for future content. And you know what, guys? See you later.